Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, it was just like a little spontaneous video that I was gonna do because I was researching some things on YouTube and I was like, maybe I should make a video about this too. So this video is not gonna be about makeup or anything really fun. It's actually going to be about something serious that is not really addressed with many people, probably because it's very misunderstood. And probably because a lot of people just don't get it or don't understand it. So I'm going to try to bring it into the light and put some understanding behind it. But before I do, I want to put it out there that, I am no doctor by any means or anything like that. So I'm just putting it out there to let people know that they're not alone in whatever they're facing and just give them more information about it to people that don't understand so they can understand better. So, let's get into the video. Intro, huh? Okay, so video's on, let's go. So, this video is going to be about OCD, which is Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. And if you follow me on Facebook or anything like that, then you will see that I have posted about OCD before on my Facebook page. And I posted about it was because it's something that I really struggle with personally, and a lot of people actually struggle with it personally. But the way that I look at it is that whenever I see a post on the internet when somebody says, I'm so OCD or this, that, the other, because they have to have everything clean and stuff like that, or everything in their life has to be clean, or it just has to be perfect, that's a part of OCD, but it's not what OCD completely is. I was looking at some YouTubers and some people that have OCD online, and, they went into great depth about their OCD and everything like that. And OCD is basically where you get unwanted, intrusive thoughts, and then you feel that you have to do certain rituals, not like voodoo, but like rituals and compulsions to do these, to like ease the anxiety or ease what you don't want to happen. Like, for example, OCD can be very personal to that person. Like, just because somebody else with OCD, so let's say you have two people with OCD. One person obsesses about, they think that they're like gonna die like every day, and that's just a big obsession for them. They always think they're going to die. And then you have another person and they obsess about, like what if they're like sick all the time and stuff like that. But the obsessions can go way further. Like, you can think crazy things. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, some of the things I think are fucking off the wall. But, like, just because somebody else has a different obsession than somebody else doesn't mean that they don't have OCD. It's just, it's hitting something that's more personal to them than somebody else. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. OCD goes after fear, and it tries to keep you stuck and trapped in that fear and everything like that. And, even if you don't have OCD, it's still hard for some people to have intrusive thoughts because everybody gets intrusive thoughts. But an OCD person will latch on and hold that intrusive thought and research about it compulsively, and they'll obsess about it, and they'll be like, why am I having this thought? Why did I think this? Why this, that, the other? Where brain that doesn't have OCD will just go about their day and not even like think about it anymore that day. But a person with OCD, that thought will be in the back of their head all day long. It'll be in the back of their head all day long. And they'll have to do certain things to make sure their thought doesn't come true, or certain things to just ease the anxiety. So, for example, somebody might have to like close their door 6 times in order, or else they think their mom's gonna die. Or they might have to, do like a mental prayer inside their head in order for them to not become this thing, to not become something that they don't want to become, or they're afraid somebody's gonna die. And OCD can feel so real that it can actually make you believe something that you're not. And it can make you fear something that's not going to happen. But, you think that it's going to happen. And let's just be real, anything can happen. But OCD takes that fear of anything can happen, and it makes it feel like anything literally really happen and that's gonna happen and that you need to do this to stop it when really it's out of your control. You know what I mean? So it's like a sense of control. Like you want to take control of your own mind and your own life, so you make compulsions and rituals to try to control it when you can't. And I know that I can't control some things, but my OCD tells me that I need to do this, and I need to do this, and I need to do this, and it's just so hard to, like, knock down. Like, OCD is, like, the monster in your head that tries to, like, attack you each day. And, I mean, I'm not going to go into depth about what I think about and what I do, because that's personal. But, I mean, it just really makes people think some crazy-ass shit. I'm not even kidding. It makes people think some crazy stuff. And some people are like, I mean, I've read so many things on the internet about OCD, and I'm going to tell you, if you have OCD, and if you're obsessing over something, and if you fear that you're this thing, or you fear this is going to happen, and if you are researching about it, and you keep researching about it, stop researching about it. I'm going to tell you now, that's not helping you at all. It's actually making it worse. Digging into it is making it worse. But your OCD tells you, you need to research about this. You need to find out why. You need to find out why this is happening, how this is happening. Why are you thinking this? Blah, 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 blah. And then if you don't research about it, then you're like, oh, well, then it must not really bother me, so then I must really be that thing. So then you can research about it more to try to make yourself feel even better. But that's not even the case with that. And there's actually a woman that I watch on YouTube named Chrissy Hodges, and she goes over so many things about OCD, and she basically says, stop researching the why question, because the only why question there is that you do have OCD, and that's why you're thinking these things, and that's why you feel these things. OCD can even make you feel things that aren't even true. It can make you think things that aren't true. And I know this sounds really crazy, and I know that it sounds really nuts, but OCD is a very confusing, complex disorder that, you know, it takes a lot of work to beat. And you can't fully beat it, you can't fully get rid of it, but you can definitely treat it and manage it. But for, like, there are some people that fear they're terrorists or fear that they're, like, serial killers and they have OCD, but they're not those things. You know what I mean? Like, those are not the obsessions I have. But there are some people out there that fear these things, and they have OCD, and they're the farthest from those things, but they actually feel like they are those things, and they're really scared that they are those things, or that they're going to do something, and they're going to go away, or something like that. They really fear that. They really fear that. So if you know somebody like that, or somebody that is thinking anything else crazy, you know, like, you should just be very calm with that person, because they're not a terrorist and they're not a killer. Even if they fear that, they're actually, people with OCD are the most less likely people to actually ever do anything like that. Because they're so scared of it, but they're also so scared that they are this thing. And I can tell you now, like, it's actually giving me shivers, like, just thinking about it, because I relate to those people so much. Like, I don't think I'm a killer, or I don't think I'm a terrorist or anything like that, but there are just some personal things that I think about that are very hard for me to deal with. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to put them out there on the table, but there are just some things that are very hard for me to deal with personally, and I have OCD. And deep down inside, I know I'm not these things, and then my OCD tells me, oh, but you are these things. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, am I really these things? And it's just so hard to deal with. It just gives me so much stress, and I know that it gives other people so much stress too with OCD. So I just wanted to make this video to just tell people that. And one of the secondary fears that Chrissy Hodges has told me, and this is very true with people with OCD, is that what if I don't have OCD and what I'm thinking is actually true? That is one of the fears. That is one of the tricks that OCD tries to tell us to make us trapped, to keep doing the compulsions, to keep doing the rituals. It is just so hard to deal with and live with. It really is. And no, I'm a naturally happy person. I don't let OCD... Sorry, I got this on the German song. I don't let OCD control me or anything like that. I mean, I let it control some things I do, but I try my best to not let it control everything. But sometimes it gets really hard. But I'm not going to let it take away my happiness. And anyone that has OCD or any kind of mental illness watching this, don't let it take away your happiness, because that is the biggest important thing in your life is your happiness. And I just wanted to make this video to shed light on all that. And if you have OCD, please feel free to message me any questions or concerns you may have, or anything like that. Or just please feel free to message me, or reach out to me on my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. All that will be linked below, or even just comment on this video. Just message me, reach out to me, and tell me what you're thinking. And if it's too personal and you don't want to tell me, you don't have to go in depth about it, but just tell me so I can help you understand that you're not alone in this, because you're not alone in this. Honestly, nobody's really alone in anything, because there are billions of people on the earth. So you're not really alone in anything you do. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make that video, guys, and I really hope you all enjoy it. And stay tuned for my next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I really hope you all enjoy your night.